Why do you even need to be thinking about retirement now? Starting to put money away into retirement accounts early can massively affect the money you'll have to use once you retire. How? It all comes down to compounding. By definition, compounding is the process in which an asset's earnings, from either capital gains or interest, are reinvested to generate additional earnings over time. This is why Albert Einstein allegedly called compounding interest the greatest mathematical discovery of all time. Essentially, you're earning interest not only on the amount that you've invested, but also on the interest you earn too. And the interest often compounds monthly, quarterly, semi-annually, or annually. This is one of the biggest reasons why it's important to start thinking about retirement as early as your 20s. When you focus on compounding, your savings are investments for retirement. You're helping ensure that money grows exponentially. As well, starting to save early helps you avoid having to contribute larger sums of money once you're closer to retiring. The compound interest would have already done that for you. Let's break it down with a real example. For the sake of this example, we'll use a 25-year-old who is aiming to retire at 50. The 25-year-old invests $20,000 with an annual percentage yield of 12%. Let's say the interest compounds annually. The equation we'll use here is, following this equation, the 25-year-old would have a total of just over $340,000 after 25 years. And that's assuming that they didn't invest anything else into that same account and just left it there for 25 years. Now, let's say that someone else invests in the same account, under the same circumstances, with the same amount of money, just at the age of 35. The difference in the final result by waiting 10 years to start investing is massive. That person would only earn just over $109,471 by the time they reach the age of 50, which is over $230,500 less, all because they waited 10 years to start investing. However, the effects of compounding interest don't just stop there. They're exponential for the one who started at 25 versus the one who just started at 35. Let's do some math of what each would have by the time they reach the age of 60. The person who started investing at 25 would have a total of just over $1.05 million, while the person who started investing at 35 would only have just over $340,000. By the time they both reach the age of 65, which is a pretty average retirement age, the first would have a total of $1.86 million, and the second would have just earned under $599,200. That's the effect of compounding, folks. Now, it's important to note that this assumes that neither of them continue to contribute to that account, which would be rare. And it also assumes that interest compounds annually. If it compounds more frequently, the numbers will be higher. Click through the next video in this course to continue to learn the basics of retirement accounts, and then we'll go through some strategies.